What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And welcome to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle. Welcome to a different kind of show with a different kind of host. And, you know, a lot of these shows, as I re-listen to them every once in a while, and every show I seem to be giggling when I start. And, you know, usually I'm joking and playing, having fun with the producers or the people who are in the chat room. And it was funny because I realized I started the show with, and welcome, this kind of high-pitched and I had to chuckle, you guys, because I used to get after my mother for doing that when she started her show. So here it is, 3 years later. What am I doing? Or because it's been 3 years since she's died. 3 years later, what am I doing? And welcome to Right Body for You, a different kind of radio show. So part of the difference that this show is, and that I so enjoy, is that we don't talk about bodies, we talk with bodies. We talk with our bodies, we talk with each other's bodies. We include them in the computation of things. Like, you know, hey, who eats, you or your body? Does your body eat or do you eat? Well, your body eats, so why wouldn't you take it into the computation? And so when I first heard about Access Consciousness and the Right Body for You tools, I was kind of floored, you know, with my mother's radio show, 27 years of all these health experts telling me how I can change my body, what it should look like, what I require. Never once did it actually include what the body is asking for. So when I say the show is a little different, we're not just talking to you, the infinite being listening, but we're also talking to your body. And all of your bodies are also talking to ours. So like I said, you know what? It's a different kind of radio show because we talk to the bodies as well. Today we're talking about why is this showing up? Why is this showing up? Or with even more inflection, why the freaking fracking crappin' is this showing up? Right? We've all been there. We've all asked the universe for something, or heaven forbid, ask our bodies something, and it shows up a bit different than what we might have expected. It shows up in a way that we're kind of surprised. It shows up in a way, we might swear about. Like, that is not what I intended. Right. Well, what's interesting with some of these is oftentimes there's several reasons it can show up differently. Okay? Sometimes it's the words we're using. Sometimes it's the universe has something else going on. And today we're going to explore those different ways. The things that make us go, wait a minute, wait, is that what I asked for? Because we do this in our lives and in our bodies, okay? In the description of the show, I said, did you ask it wrong? Is the universe just a prankster? Which, that just kind of makes me chuckle. The universe being a prankster, having, you know, can you just imagine the universe out there going, ha, 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 today we're going to roll the dice, and this person is going to drop her Coke down inside of her fridge, her brand new, shiny, clean fridge. And not only is it not going to be down the front of the fridge, it's going to be down the back of the fridge so that she has to wipe out the entire fridge. But to wipe out the entire fridge, she has to take out every shelf and every drawer because it's going to be the back of the fridge. I chuckle at this, but this was a story of me. I had moved into my apartment for about 3 weeks, brand new apartment, first time anybody even living in there and me, and what did I do? I knocked my Coke down the back of the fridge, and so that was a fun adventure. which was interesting in this whole, why is this showing up? What was interesting about that, now that I'm looking at it, when I first moved in, I actually was asking, oh my gosh, I love having such a clean fridge. It's going to stay clean forever. Okay, first off, notice that's not a question, it's a statement. It's going to stay clean forever. And I hope it's a really long time before it has that lived-in look, to where it's dirty or just dented or whatever. And I hope that happens not for a very, very long time. Okay, so let's examine this one. I know it's a silly example, but it kind of gives us a perspective on how we do these things in our lives, okay? So here I am hoping that it doesn't get dirty, that it takes a long time to show up as that lived-in, dirty look, right? Okay, so what's the underlying point of view about this? Is that I am actually thinking somewhere that it is inevitable that we get the dirty, messed up, dented, just kind of unclean look, okay? So somewhere I've decided that's what it is. Well, with that point of view, how fast is the universe and myself going to go to prove me right or prove me wrong? Well, for me, it lasted about 3 weeks before I knocked something down, and so the whole fridge was dirty, and I had to clean it, okay? So what was interesting is, look at this. So I had the energetic point of view, not said, but energetic point of view, that it was inevitable that fridges get that dinged up, lived-in look, okay? And so what did and so what is interesting is with statements like that, it kind of turns into is it happening now? Okay, no. Is it happening now? Okay, no. Happening now? Oh, not yet. Has it happened yet? Not yet. Okay, is it happening now? Not yet. Is it happening now? Nope. Now. Oh, okay. Ooh. And that kind of sets your teeth on edge, right? It kind of makes you live on that knife point that's not really fun of this is going to happen, I just have to wait for it to show up, and it's going to be horrible when it does, but kind of a relief when it does, because then I know it's finally here, and I can relax. So, what do we in the universe do then in situations like that? Sometimes we fast track it so that 3 weeks later, I'm spilling an entire bottle of Coke down the back of my fridge, so I have to take everything out and clean it, because then I can relax. It has that lived-in, dented look going to it, right? You guys see where I'm going here? Like I said, it's a silly example, but we do this energetically all the time. All right, so everywhere you guys are trying to figure out this, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, we're on Good, Bad, Black, Night Shorts, Boys, and Beyond. And that is an example of the access consciousness verbal processing. It's talking about the energy. And how I just mentioned that we had, I said one thing. Energetically, I was saying another thing. Well, we actually function that way a lot, especially in communication with our body. We speak energy. Energy is the original language, and it's really the basis of all communication. And so with the access consciousness tools and the verbal processing, it works on the energetic level. What are we really saying? What are we really asking for? What is really going on? And what if we can talk a good game, but we never can seem to change anything? Well, look at the energy of it. What's really going on? And this is where the access consciousness tools come in, because they work on the energetic level. What if it's not the words you're saying? What if it's the energy that is stopping? And I don't mean like energy is the bad guy. Oh my gosh, I'm going to stop you. Mahaha. It says energy. No. It's like, well, what if we have put our own stumbling blocks in the way? And that is what keeps us from moving forward or changing something or adding something, okay? So the access consciousness is verbal processing. It works on the energetic level to remove those blocks, to shed light on it. It's like going into a completely dark room with a 10,000 gigawatt, megawatt, million gazillion watt light, and bringing light to all the darkness of the things that we've been hiding, okay? And then from there, we can actually allow things to change. If you want to know every iota of the verbal processing, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. Just let you know it works on the energetic level, and all you need is to have willingness for it to work, and it will. Okay, willingness for something to change, and it will. All right. So, why is this showing up? Well, first of all, you turned, A to Zen.fm went into the let's press play on the listen now, and I am now the voice in your head. But why is this showing up? Okay, I hear this all the time. People ask for euthanizing their body. I just want to look younger. I just want to feel better. Or, even things like, I want to lose my belly fat. And then their period that hasn't been going for 5 years starts. They're like, hold the phone. I said I wanted to lose my belly fat. I did not say I wanted to have my period. WTF. What the freak is going on? Did she ask wrong? Now, it'd be really funny if it was a he, but, in this reality, in this time and place, it's still she's that has the periods, okay? So it's like, did she ask wrong? Is her body just a massive muscle of miscommunication? Is it the body that's a prankster, not just the universe? It's like, why is this that we ask to lose our belly fat and we get our period? Is this just proof of our miscommunication with our body? Our proof that we can't get everything we asked for? What is going on? Okay? We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to really start into this. They'll dive into this, what we're asking for, what shows up, and the in-between and the after. Actually, the before, the in-between, and the after of we ask and what shows up. To really kind of shed some light on how we're asking, what we're asking, and maybe actually having no point of view about what does show up. Okay? All right, so this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am Donnielle, and we are live from New York City. I am going to keep saying live from New York City until somebody gets it and somebody thinks it's funny. Actually, I lie. I'll probably just keep saying it anyways. But I am in New York, and Live from New York City is a tagline of a sketch comedy show in the United States called Saturday Night Live. I know, tricky. But, so I am in New York having fun, helping my friend celebrate her birthday. New York is a fun town. I like it a lot. And I'm having a lot of fun being here and celebrating the birth of my friend's body. How does it get any better than that? Celebrating the birth of bodies. Kind of right up my alley. Her birthday's tomorrow, and we get to celebrate for the rest of the weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so before I forget, because I do, I want to invite you guys to the Right Body for You book club. If I haven't said it before, please let me remind you, Right Body for You not only is this amazing set of tools and techniques, but it's also a book. It's a book I've had the honor of writing the first chapter in and then contributing to the rest of it. And it's a book that changed a lot of lives and a lot of bodies and everything else in between. And I'm doing right now a special book club. And it's 14 weeks, 14 chapters, and so it's 14 weeks in a row. And we are having so much fun on it. Today, after this call, after this radio show, we have call number 4. And you can sign up anytime because you can get the video replays, you can get the audio replays. You know how in the chat room here on a2zen.fm, people are always saying, oh, I wish we could see you on video as you make these voices and stuff. Well, you know what? You can in the book club. So please check it out. It's free for everyone. Just have the book, read the book, and read the book, and then read the book, and maybe use some tools, and then read the book and use some tools, and that kind of stuff. So please do check it out, Right Body for You book club. I know you can go to, oh, thanks, Keisha. Keisha said it's awesomeness. Keisha said that in the chat room, just not as a voice in my head. Those of you who have never joined us in on the chat room, please do. a2zen.fm, and then on one of the drop-down menus, it's chat room. Type in your name and join in the conversation. You can ask questions. You can make smart-ass comments, which is what usually shows up in my chat room. Says something about me right there, doesn't it? So please do check it out. So you can go on Facebook. You can go to Right Body for You Book Club, the continuing story, and find out the link to sign up. Because all you have to do is sign up to get the information about all the calls. Okay? And it's interesting today because we're on doing Chapter 4, which is on judgment. No one judges their body. I'm sure nobody's going to be interested in today's call on judgment. So those who, might be interested, please check it out. All right. So today on the Right Body for You radio show, we're talking about why is this showing up? Okay. You've asked for more money and you crash your car. You ask your body to change and suddenly you get your period. What? What the freak is going on with that kind of stuff? Well, several things. Okay. Sometimes it's not the change you truly desire. And what I mean by that is, have you ever had somebody say something like, oh, I want to have no more drama in my life. Down with drama. Boo. No more drama. And as they're talking, you're just kind of like, that kind of smells. Not you. I know you showered. Sorry, buddy, not you. But it's like the energy on it just kind of smells. It's sticky or doesn't vibe, doesn't jive, doesn't quite match what she's saying, right? Well, sometimes people can do the pretense of a question of change. I know a lot of people like this. They're like, I don't want drama in my life. Bad drama. Down with drama. Boo. And then, so what do they keep getting? They actually keep getting more drama in their life. And this comes from several different places. And the first one that I really want to talk about is, so do you actually not desire drama? Or are you thriving on drama? Is it something you enjoy? And, speaking of judgment, this is not to ask you to judge yourself. Because it's like, oh, you know what? If I'm really vulnerable and honest with myself, I do kind of like the drama because I like being able to have something to bitch about. And I like being able to say, woe is me, and play pathetic. And so I do kind of like it. And I'm bad for that. Oh, I'm bad. I'm so bad. No. There is, just acknowledge what is. If, for example, drama is something you desire in your life, cool. Have fun with it. Don't judge it, okay? This is not about judging yourself. It's about being aware of yourself, acknowledging, okay? So everywhere you think that what this reality considers positive is good, and what this reality considers negative is bad, like, if you like drama, well, that's bad. And if you have no drama, then that's good. The world is not black and white, my friends. Everything that is, everything you decide and judge about that, will you just try to grade it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online, shorts, boys, and beyond. Okay? So, especially with change with our bodies, sometimes we really need to look at, do we desire the change that we're asking for? Okay? I know this one woman who still has MS. Okay? And I would work with her, and we'd get her just to a point, and then she would get sick again, or just, whatever it was. And I was being the silly facilitator then, thinking that every session has to have a miraculous change, and if she hasn't given up her point of view, then I'm not doing my job, which, by the way, takes them completely out of the equation. So, side note for those facilitators out there, you know what? Let them change their point of view. You conduct them, you help them, you ask them questions, but it's ultimately up to them. Because access consciousness, empowering you to know that you know. Empowering you to make your choices, not for making me make your choices or asking me to make your choices. Empowering you to make your choices. Okay? So, once I got over that point of view, that I had to make a change for her, I remember asking her one day, and I'm like, okay, so let me ask you about MS. I'm like, you keep asking to change the MS, but do you like it? Do you like having it? And what's interesting is, that light-heavy tool, what is true for you makes you feel light, and what is heavy for you is a lie or untrue for you, okay? And so when I asked her that one day, I'm like, so, Truth, do you kind of like having MS? Her universe expanded, and it was true for her. And she's like, actually, yes. She's like, that makes no sense cognitively, right? She's like, that makes no sense. Why would I say yes? I've been working for years, and I've been getting sicker to get rid of MS. Why would I like it? And we asked more questions and stuff, and it came up that she likes the special treatment. Specifically, the special parking. She likes being able to park close and have the little handicap sticker and stuff. And she's like, okay, cool, no problem. Have a good time. So what's interesting is with that, she was able to get to a place where she still had MS. It kind of stopped progressing, so it wasn't getting worse. but she was still sick enough. She remained sick enough to get the special treatment that she had actually desired. Okay? So this is why I'm saying, like, when you say, why is this showing up? What's interesting is her vulnerability and her willingness to go, actually, I kind of like having it because this is what I get. It did several things. First off, it gave her choice back, because before that she was in the reactionary judgment, no choice universe. And so once with that awareness, she got to have choice again. And what she actually chose was the ability to get better or not. Okay? And what she did choose was to get better to a point. What the exciting thing was is she also, with this awareness, was able to stop the progression of it so it wasn't getting worse. Okay? Get that. That's so much magic. It wasn't getting worse. Granted, we started the sessions with the point of view that it had to get better. But the magic we actually created was it wasn't getting worse. She still got her special privileges, and she had less judgment of herself in regards to it. So her body was actually more at ease. Okay? So isn't that interesting? So first off, is this the change you're actually desiring? Okay? For hers, it wasn't actually the change she was desiring. She didn't want to get all better. But she was happy with stopping the progression of it and being just sick enough to get the special treatment. Okay? So when you're asking for something and something completely wonky shows up or it's not changing, you really want to ask, truth, am I desiring this? Is what I'm asking for, does it actually match the energy of what I would like my life to be? Okay? And pot any judgment that comes up. Because, again, this isn't about judging you. It's about getting you to the places and the spaces where you can look at something with no point of view and have the ability to create what can be and what you've decided should be. Okay? And so it was really interesting with her. And the other part of this is she would go, I want to get better, I want to get better, I want to get better. And she kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Okay? So part of what I really want you guys to look at is, what are the words you're using? Okay? The words have energy. Remember how I said that the original language is energy? Well, verbal language came after that. Okay? When people were looking at energies, I'm not sure how this was created. I don't recall, because I would love to say I wasn't there, but I kind of think I was there for the creation of the verbal language, the way I love words and have fun playing with it. But, basically looking at energy, and then you go, that is fire. Okay. So fire, the energy of it is the same behind everything, in every language. It could be, fire in English and fuego in Spanish. I may have just made that up, but you get the drift. In Spanish, and it has the same energy behind it. The verbal says different consonants, different vowels, different inflections and tones, but the energy behind it is the same. A fire is a fire is a fire. So you want to look at the original definitions of things. And I want to get better, I want to get better. And this is something that comes up so often with bodies. I want to lose the weight, I want to heal, I want to change. The original definition of want is to lack, okay? There's actually 27 different definitions of want, and all of them, but one means to lack. Like, look at court cases. You have been judged and found wanting, which means you're lacking, okay? You've been judged and found wanting. I mean, I could probably do a whole show just on that. But want means to lack. So when you say things like, I want to get better, I lack to get better, which means you're not getting better, sweetheart. or I want to lose weight, I lack of losing weight, or I want more money, I lack of more money, okay? So when this woman that I was working with kept saying, I want to heal my MS, I want to heal my MS, she was actually saying I lack of healing my MS. And then what's interesting from there is it kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse, okay? Because in this duplicity universe, this black and white, what do? If it's not one thing, it has to be the opposite. So instead of getting better, she was getting worse. So where are you using want in your universe to create what you think is one direction, but it shows up the other direction? Everything that is times a godzillion, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, for the POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay? We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk, we're going to talk a lot more about words and energy behind them and how you're using them to create your body. Okay? This is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We are on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
Check out the new ringtones from Access Consciousness.
What is it possible? What is it possible? Smoking hot. Smoking hot.
And everyone's favorite,
Take a pass. Take a pass.
download the latest and hottest accessory. Go to accessconsciousness.com/ringtones for all the details on how to download to your iPhone today.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. This is your host, Donnielle. We're on A2Zen.fm today. And today we're talking about why the freak is this showing up? You asked for one thing and something else shows up. And we kind of talked about, truth is what you're asking for, actually what you desire. And as of last segment, remember I told you that the original definition of the word want means to lack. So that's why I'm not asking you, is this what you want? Is it what you desire? Truth, is the change you're asking for actually what you desire? And I know I went through this myself with my body. When I first started Access, I lost a lot of weight. Woohoo! Started getting a lot of attention from men. What the freak? Ah! So what did I do? I started gaining weight. Several reasons. But that is, for me, one of them. And it was interesting because I would say, I want to lose weight. And then, of course, what was my weight facilitating? My own rejection of receiving from men, which is funny because so many men out there don't actually care. And so my dastardly plan didn't work out as well as I had apparently contrived that it would. Okay? Which kind of leads me to my second point or third point or fourth point. I don't know. I didn't number them or write them down for that matter. What is this change? Is what showing up facilitating you? Okay. And do I have any expectations of what the change should look like? Okay. Because just in that example I gave, I was like, okay, so somewhere in my little warped, twisted head, I'm like, okay, if I gain weight, men won't find me attractive. They won't be drawn to me or anything like that, okay? So technically that's what I was asking for. I put a plan in motion, and it didn't quite work because, like I said, there's a lot of men out there who just don't give a rat's ass, okay? And so with that, what was interesting is what I asked for, it showed up differently, okay? So did I have any expectations of how it showed up? Absolutely. And one thing I have learned about expectations is they limit so much what is possible, okay? If you have any expectation, any projection, any judgment of what the change you're asking for looks like, or like if you ask for money, how it shows up, what that looks like, you limit what is actually possible. And what's interesting is I've actually seen it turn off people's hearing. Energetically wise, they turn off people's hearing. So like they couldn't even hear it audibly. I find it hilarious. It's literally, oh, you desire more money. And I think if I do more private sessions, I will make more money. Okay, so could be part awareness, could be part judgment that only private sessions would get you more money. And so I tell this story because I've worked with people and I've spoken with people who are like, okay, well, I need to do more private sessions so I can get more money. And then when somebody asks them, oh, do you do private sessions? I've literally seen them go, I'm sorry, what did you say? Do you do sessions? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't actually hear you right now. It's so crowded and noisy in here. I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. They're like, do you do private sessions? Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I can't hear you. I guess right now is not a good time to talk. Let's talk later. And we can talk about it then. And 9 times out of 10, the person asking for a private session either won't ask you or they found somebody else, which is interesting. So it's like audibly, and I heard them. I have watched this exchange. I wish I was creating this exchange and making it up, but I'm not. It was at a class in Costa Rica. And so I can hear this person. I'm not even in the conversation, and I can hear this person asking for private sessions. And this other person literally can't hear him. So I think that's pretty freaking funny. And then also they get an email and it ends up in their spam folder, which I just find is freaking hilarious. It's like, how much are you turning off that receiving? How much? And so you're asking for more money. If you have a point of view about how it show up, it can limit what shows up. And here's the thing, it also limits of how you expected it to show up. Because some of you are going, wait a minute, you said she asked for more private sessions. Then why wouldn't she hear that person was asking for a private session? Because it just doesn't turn off your ability to receive with sessions of, it doesn't back up, beep, beep, beep. So it doesn't just you ask for more money, you've decided you can do it through private sessions. So it limits what else is possible. So yes, it also does a thing where it's like, oh, wait a minute. I have this new idea about getting all of these people together, and then we create these new things and we're going to sell it to everybody and it's going to go off like gangbusters. Do you want to be a part of it? And they didn't hear it. They don't get the email because they've decided private sessions are the only way they can receive it. Okay. And so here's the thing. If you're functioning from expectations and projections of how it shows up at all, yes, it limits what else is possible, so you miss other things like other business opportunities, but it also limits your receiving on how you've decided it shows up, okay? What I mean by that is this person I watched do this couldn't hear about what this person was asking her for a private session for, because she had decided a private session would come during one of her classes. She was attending a class of somebody else's. She was attending a 7-day class of Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, okay? So she was attending one of his 7-day classes. So since she was functioning from this expectation of, I'm going to get money from private sessions, she also had judgments piled on to that expectation, more expectations that all of the private sessions are going to come out of her classes, her radio show, okay? So because she was in Gary's class, it didn't match her expectation of private sessions coming out of her class, and so she couldn't hear it, okay? So expectations of how changes show up has more than one layer, okay? It's not just, oh, I've decided that extra money can only come from private sessions, and so I'm going to miss everything else, but I'll at least still have private sessions. Not so, my friend, not so, okay? Because what expectations do you have about that expectation? What judgments do you have about that judgment that are also limiting that? Or one of my favorites, because we're talking about does the energy match what you're asking about, how many people go things, for an example, oh, I would love to do private sessions for extra money, but no one is really going to be stupid enough to pay me money for a session. I mean, what change could I create? I'm sure I couldn't do anything for them, blah, 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 blah. So, what you're asking for might not energetically jive with the energy that you're putting out there. Okay? You guys following this at all? All right, good. So all the projections, separations, expectations, and judgments of how change shows up, and those expectations and judgments on top of that change, and the expectations and judgments on top of that expectation, and the expectation and judgments on top of that expectation, and so on, and so on, and so on, into the Mobius strips and eternity and infinity that we seem to like. Truth, would you guys be willing, straight, and create it on? Good. Right, wrong, good, bad, o'clock, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay. We're going to take our last little break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this, and then a couple questions about what else is possible. What can we do? How do we create with what we're saying then? And so we can actually get a little bit more clarity about what is showing up and why it's showing up, how it's showing up, or that anything shows up. Okay? All right. This is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer, it's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? BeingYouClass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
All right, it appears we may
And
have lost.
welcome back.
There you are. Okay.
Right Body for You. This is your host, Donnielle. Welcome to the ever-changing, the odd, the unique, a little bit of a different radio show with your different host. Right Body for You, and I am Donnielle. Today we're talking about why the freak is this showing up. You asked for one thing, you got the opposite, or you asked for blue and you got green. Green isn't the opposite of blue. It's just not what you asked for. So why the freak is this showing up? So part of it is because, or sometimes, and you will never hear me say it's one thing each time. It changes constantly, okay? It is always, people would love for me to give them one question to rule them all.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on a2zen.fm.
Did I mention things are always constantly shifting and changing? Well, they are. They're always constantly shifting and changing. And you know what? And this is all part of a great example of what, how we look at the energies of things and be willing to go with what is coming up, not what we think or expect should be coming up. It's really interesting. One of my favorite things to talk about is really to look at the energy underneath of what is going on, okay? So with this, I love talking about the words. During the Right Body for You workshops that I get to do all over the world, I spend some time on what you're asking, how you're asking, and the energy underneath, okay? A great example of this is that word want, okay? Every time you say, I want this to change, I want more money, I want to lose weight, I want to heal, you're saying, I lack of it, I lack of it, I lack of it. But we've not been taught this. We've been taught that the word want is that you desire, but it's not, okay? So please start looking at the energy of what you're asking for, how you're asking for it. And the other example I gave is that woman who was like, they were asking for sessions. Oh, I am going to make more money from doing sessions. But then underneath she's like, but I don't really want to do sessions. I don't think anybody would actually receive from me. And I don't think that anybody would be stupid enough to actually pay me. Okay, so verbally, audibly, she said, I would like to do more sessions because that's the way I'm going to make more money. Expectation, right? We also talked about expectations and that, things tend to zig and zag when we have expectations because we limit what's possible. So she had that expectation that the way she's going to make money was for sessions. And then, but she also was saying she didn't want to do sessions energetically. Energetically, she was saying underneath, I don't want to do sessions. So what was received? hypno sessions. Because whether you acknowledge it or not, so much is communicated energetically. Okay? It really is. So please start looking at what you're asking energetically, how you're communicating energetically. Just this one thing can change it. Like, why is this showing up? Well, maybe you asked for it energetically. And, today I gave you just 3 examples, or 4 or 2. I can't remember. A few examples of why something different may show up. Are these the only 2, 3, or 4 examples? Absolutely not. It's so many different things. But I will tell you this. It usually, if you're asking for something and it shows up differently, a lot of change can be created from a couple of basic things. Look at the energy that you're being. What are you truly asking for? What words are you using that you're asking for this? Do you have any expectation of it? Because that limits what is possible. And then ask another question. If you're not getting a change you desire with the question you're asking, ask a different question. I know it sounds simple, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen people go, I've asked this question 500 million times and nothing ever changes. Cool. Ask a different question. Get a different set of energies in there. Use different words. Come at it from a different place, because then maybe the change you've been asking for can actually show up. Because you're like, no, I really do want to heal. I ask and it feels light. Cool. Ask a different question. Ask it differently. Look at it from a different place and space. See what else is possible. Okay? So please listen to the show again. A lot of interesting information in there. And it's just the tip of this iceberg of why the freak did this show up. Okay? And one thing I keep talking about is the energy underneath it all. And this is something we get to go into a lot during the Right Body for You workshops, okay? We have so much fun in it. The next one is coming up in Toronto 16th through the 18th, and I would love to see you and your cute little bodies there. We have so much fun. And we really start to look at the words you're using, the energy you're using with your body, because you know what? Your body speaks energy. And so that's part of the Right Body for You workshop, is helping you to recognize and acknowledge the energies you're communicating with your body. It's not the words. Some of it's words, but it's also the energy you be with your body, with other people's bodies, with the universe that is creating things. And so we go into that a lot in the Right Body for You workshops. We go to bodies and money, conscious eating, talking about earth and pain, and a lot of fun things. So like I said, the next one's in Toronto. It's also live streamed. If you can't see it, please check it out. DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com. Just the first stop of my fall-winter tour. A lot of stuff coming up. And you know what? Please check out the book club. The chapter 4 is in an hour after the show. And we're talking about chapter 4, which is judgment. Now, I'm sure nobody judges their body, but you know what? Maybe just come along for fun. So the book club is free. Have the book, Right Body for You book. Read the book. Join the club. It's as easy as that. Please use the tools here and there, because that, may make your body and your life happier and easier. If somebody actually desires that, let me know. But please do check it out. And yes, Donnielle Carter, DONNIELLE, Carter.accessconsciousness.com to find out or sign up for book club or Toronto Right Body for You workshop, or the ones coming after that, Vienna, London, Rome, Dubai, a number of things. So please do check it out. Okay, and remember, make it a fun week. Make it a happy week. Enjoy your body, because it's enjoying you. And I hope to see you back here next week, because you know what? I'll be here. Hope you are too. Till then, have a great one, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Right Body for You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.